Appreciate you reorganizing your afternoon to share some time with us here on the athletic campus. We're thrilled to be able to host you. This is what we would call one of our pause and celebrate moments. We've got a list of 11 guiding principles, and that's one of them. And this is an opportunity for us to celebrate the start of a football season, to talk about some of our other programs, and share with you some exciting news about our stadium project. I've got Ryan Williams in the back here. I want to point him out really quickly. So Ryan obviously is our women's basketball coach. I think most of you in this room know that. He and his team did a remarkable job this year with their season. They won 31 games, lost only 2. Those 2 games were a total of 4 points, and he did a phenomenal job. Won the regular season championship for the Mountain West, won the tournament championship, secured a bid at the NCAA, and went out to Pauley Pavilion and did their very, very best to get a second game out of the NCAA tournament. So we're excited about what was accomplished. This is the 3rd time that Ryan has won the regular season championship in the Mountain West. So doing an extraordinary job of leading our basketball program. So appreciate you, Ryan, for sure. So it's also worth mentioning that our women's track program won the indoor championships for the Mountain West as well. So I don't know if Brian Bedard is in the room or not, but a nice shout out to Brian. And now I want to turn our focus to football. So this is the first day of spring practice. Everyone here in the room is welcome to join us for spring practice. That's correct, Mike? Yes, sir. Good. So we'll figure out a way to host everyone. I think that was the plan. Last night, Mike and I were in this very room. We were meeting with some of the leadership of our student body in the ASCSU, and great dialogue with our students. And as I was spending time with those students and with Mike, it just kind of reaffirmed how good I feel about the leadership of our football program. Mike Bobo is just an extraordinary human being, a great leader, and a tremendous football coach. And I feel very, very confident in the leadership that he provides to that program. And I'm going to turn it over to him so that he can provide some insight to what he expects out of the team this spring.
Thank you. Everybody is welcome to come. I see Coach Lubick up front. He's definitely welcome to come into defensive meetings, install, pre-practice talk, motivation. I already had Coach Williams this week in the office, try to give me some insight on how to win a championship since he's won 3 in a row. And Coach Lubick, because that's what we're striving to do here, is build a consistent winner and compete for championships year in and year out. And I'm excited. Today is the first day of spring practice. This is actually the longest I've ever been from a bowl game to spring ball. Usually start a little bit earlier where I came from, but I thought I would be smart and push it back as far as I could and hope to have good weather. And then Wednesday, driving in on I-25, I was scared to death. I thought I wasn't going to make it. But we do have the indoor facility today, so we're going to be in the indoor, and everybody's welcome to come, and there's enough room to stand. Just be mindful of safety. That's the big thing, but you're welcome to come see what your Colorado State football team is going to do on day 1 of spring practice. I'm excited for another reason is last year I was excited because I was a first-year head coach. I was nervous. What was I going to say in my first team meeting? What was I going to say the first time I talked to the guys before they flex? What was I going to say after practice? And it was exciting nerves. But this year I'm excited to see how far we've grown from where we ended last year in the bowl game. It did not end the way we wanted to, but I was proud of our football team, how they responded after a 2-4 start and winning 5 out of the last 6 to go to a 3rd consecutive bowl. And I thought we continue to lay the foundation that has already been laid, and we want to continue to lay here. But when we got back, I made a point that last year's fourth quarter was going to be hard, but this year's was going to be even harder. I wanted to make sure that every guy that wore the green and gold, they made a commitment to wear the green and gold, and they take pride in that. And the guys really answered the bell. They worked extremely hard in our off-season program. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we start at 6 a.m. in the morning in the indoor and go to about 7:30 Tuesday, and then they lift in the afternoons, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays, they just have weightlifting and run a little bit on their own. And then they have to have volunteer throwing, 7-on-7, some meetings with their coaches, and by far and away, this is the best winter conditioning, winter workouts that I've ever been a part of. And I think the guys have taken ownership in this team. I want a player-led team. I don't want a coach-led team. Yes, we're going to try to point them in the right directions, but I want guys that are going to stand up and take ownership of their football team, and I think we're getting that now. That was phase one. Phase two starts today. Spring ball, you can have 15 practices. The first day, 2 have to be in shorts, so we're going to go today and tomorrow in shorts, and then starting next week, we'll go basically every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and we'll have 3 scrimmages, with the last scrimmage going to be April 23rd, our spring game at Hughes. And we'd love to have everybody here at Hughes to support your football team there for the spring game. Tomorrow's going to be an exciting day. We just had a recruiting meeting downstairs. We've got a junior day tomorrow where kids that are juniors in high school are going to come to your campus. They're upcoming seniors. We've got over 100 kids, over 16 states are going to be represented. And that's a credit to our coaching staff. They've been doing a great job of recruiting quality young men that are going to be quality football players and quality students for this university. So I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about being here. About half of everybody I talked to was, I can't wait for the season. I can't wait for the season. I'm not quite ready for the season yet, okay? We got a little work to do. That's part of spring ball and then summer and then fall, 29 practices in the fall. But, I will get excited when the time comes. Right now I'm excited about today and what this day is about, and just glad to be a part of it, glad to be a part of CSU, and thank you very much.
Okay, we promised some exciting news related to the stadium project. We've got really 3 things to reveal. I've got an assist right here. That is Carissa.
Okay. Are you ready?
Sure.
For the first
Yep.
one? I don't want to screw it up.
So first is, we just wanted to underscore that the project is on time and on budget. And that's really just a strong statement relative to the team that's working on the project, both the design team, the construction team, those people internal at university. Everyone is really working absolutely on point to make sure that we deliver a first-class quality facility and make sure that we represent the university well, but probably most importantly that we steward our funds well. So we're on time and on budget. Just want to make sure that's clear to everyone. Our next. So this shows us where we're at related to premium seating. So the premium seating in the project is kind of 4 different types. There's suites, there's club seats, there's indoor club seats and outdoor club seats, there's loge. So those 4 types of seats are what we have. And right now, David Crum's team, our Ram Club, have been out actively having conversations with people about their interest in supporting the project through commitments to club seats. And if you aggregate the total inventory, we're almost at 70% of the seats would be occupied if we were open to a football season here in 2016. If you equate that revenue that we'll recognize with those premium seats, we're almost at 100% of what would be required for the first year relative to that revenue stream for debt service. So we're making great progress and obviously have a nice time horizon ahead of us to still kind of close the gap, and that 30% will be a challenge, I think, but one that we can do. So anyone out there that has any interest in club seats or suites or loge boxes, please let us know. The next is the biggest reveal, but we're going to hold on just a moment. I'll cue Carissa at the right time. I've been on staff now for almost a year. I'll celebrate my anniversary on April 6th. And the one thing that was very, very clear to me, even before I started my role here at CSU, is there's a gentleman who's made extreme contributions to our university and has done it in a way that has really demonstrated the highest level of character, has really kind of created a path of what it means to be a CSU Ram, and that is Sonny Lubick. And really the only way that I can characterize him, and I've said it a few times, he's an institutional treasure. And it's someone that we should value at the highest level. Not only what he did for our football program, but what he has done for our university and what he continues to do for our university. And so I want to cue a video from Brett, and then we'll do our full and final reveal and give Sonny an opportunity to talk. Sonny is, as we all know, unique in many ways, and someone that we all respect. And I think this is probably true. There's probably only, I don't know if there's anyone that's been honored in this way twice. So if you'll do the reveal. The university has recognized an anonymous contribution of $20 million, and that donor's direction to the university was to transfer the name from Hughes Field, or from Hughes Stadium, to the new on-campus stadium, so it will be recognized and known as Sonny Lubick Field. So, Sonny, love to turn the podium over to you.
Thank you very much, Joe. It's certainly an unexpected honor. Man, I don't know. I told Carol Joe, I said, this isn't going to be such a big deal. And then my friend Joe and Becky over there, they make me sound good. Remember, you got to turn off our phones, or we all get fined. But Joe Vassos has a way of making someone look pretty darn good. I know some of you, too good, in fact. I have to tell you one, maybe to get me started. I wrote some notes here, and I was told I could only speak a few minutes, but it seems like in many ways I'm back in the U's room after those games, and those are some of the most cherished memories, seeing some of the people. Some of you are still there, and a lot of them have long since left us, but I have to tell you this one, as I don't know what, a lot of people ask me how you enjoy retirement and that, but now I'm working a lot, but I'm not getting much money. But the other day, and I know some of you have heard this, but I think it's apropos here, is that I was speaking at a class in the College of Business, and one of the girls was introducing me. She introduced about 3 or 4 speakers previously, and then I'm sitting just like that, and she says, and it says here, our next speaker needs no introduction. I hope that's true, because I don't know who he is. So so they have a way of keeping you down to earth here. And I also want to say, there's so much to say and so many people to thank, but Joe Parker made me feel so comfortable and so good since taking the job here, and his wife Jen, and their 2 children. I know Emma, and I know your son, and I can't forget some of the names, but they're just great people. I could see CSU's in such good hands, and I followed the program and watched it ever since I left here. It doesn't seem like that long, 207, whatever you people in the math can figure that out, but I know we got ourselves something special in Coach Bobo here, and just you talk to him for 10 minutes, and we got someone real genuine and who's a person you like to be associated, and win, lose, or draw, I'm with you all the time. But this guy is something special. He's going to make us good. But I guess I'll try to look at some of my notes here and see about how truly honored and unexpected this is. I visited with our family this morning, and all of them, and Carol Joe, and it's meant a lot to us. I've been here. I came here in 1982 as an assistant coach, and heck, we won 5 games our first year with Coach Fuller. I thought, heck, we should have bronzed us all and put us out there in front of the stadium, because I think we followed an 0-12 season, and that. But it was. I remember. I go back and still can remember beating Wyoming there. But it's been a special place for us, our family, and it's always meant so much to me personally, but to our entire family, the friendships, every friend I have in this city, I think there's more than 1 or 2, has been, I met him at U Stadium, met him through the coaching, I just enjoyed going to the booster meetings and talking. I don't know if anybody listened to me, but we always had a few laughs anyway. And the friendships and the lasting relationships, as I could see back there, my secretaries, everything has just been and so great. And just to be here today and the appreciation of the fans and the community. I know how old I'm getting, because when I go around town, I always meet somebody. I know they're over 60, and they always say thank you for what you've done for our college. But the younger people, they're off, and they're going to make this thing better, faster, and greater. As Coach Bobo and Mike said up here, it was a great privilege, a tremendous honor to be the coach of CSU. Man, I cherish that every day. I just enjoyed those 15 years as the head coach and 3 years as assistant coach. That they were just great moments. I just couldn't wait to get to work here at 7 a.m., 6:30, go home at 10. But somebody asked me the other day, do you ever miss coaching? I said, I really do. I still think I could coach. I think I'd be a better coach today than I was 10 years ago, just because I think I've learned more, appreciate people more, and care for them and love them more, and love your student. Now, we didn't, when I first started coaching, we couldn't say that word, but at the end I said it a couple times. And I know Mike Bobo does all the time, tells his players know. I always have this statement, they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And I know that his players care about him and he cares about them. But it was a great responsibility that when I'm standing up here talking about me, as we all know, it takes a lot of people to help you get through this. But I can't tell you what a privilege and how great, just an honor to be here the 15 years. And somebody asked me, I guess I started with that one thing, you ever get tired of coaching? It's in my mind, it goes out. But anyway, I wish I could still be coaching. I wish I could still do it. I think I could be valuable, except I hate those darn Sundays. When it was 70 or 80 degrees on a nice September, October day, and we're up there watching tape, and I look out the window and see all the people playing Frisbee out here on the lawn, everybody doing things. And I remember my first year in 2008. It's the first fall I actually ever had without coaching since 1955. And I didn't know how nice the falls were. Everybody said the falls here are great. The only time we get to appreciate them was in Saturday afternoon. You go up there, isn't this beautiful? And then back to work we go. And we come back out at 10 o'clock at night. So it's been an honor. Then our first facilities here when we came here. And I remember Coach Magazoo, he was here already, and then we brought Dave Lay back, and he's looking at the football. We just got our staff together, and it was a great staff. Coaches, 15 years as head coach at Colorado State, never had to fire a coach. And they were in it, they were as committed, and they were in it more than I was, and of course we know it wouldn't have been done without them. And I remember our facilities, we didn't have a team meeting room. And I remember going down to our team meeting where I saw Sean Moran in there. It's in August. We're having pre-fall. We have our first team meeting, Mike, and it's down. This was all the janitorial room. So we tore one apart, and we could get 100 guys in there. Seven at night meeting. They all had their shirts off. They're all in there. It was so hot and sweaty. No air conditioning. No nothing, man. And I always think back, I always whisper in the people's ear, whoever listened to me, hell, we won more games that way than we do with all these fancy facilities. But I just thought I'd throw that out. But we'll take it. We'll take it. So maybe we got a little softer along the line. But I see our secretaries and I see everyone out there. I see Coach Ellers over there and all the people who have meant so much. And I just, you know that something, they asked me, what was your plan when you came in here? And I really didn't have a plan. It was day to day. Let's just go to work. There are no shortcuts. Let's see if we can get something done. But I guess I was fortunate to have so many people that helped me along the way and did things. And I guess start out with thanking, I thank that Dr. Yates took a chance on me and gave me my first opportunity to be the coach here at Colorado State. And I know that it was, he actually started becoming a football fan after a while. I guess he figured out he better pay attention, what the heck's going on over there and that. But so I enjoyed, again, created a friendship and relationship with him. And then, of course, as we all know, that Pat Stryker, the Bohemian Foundation, saw fit to donate to the university. They saw the confidence that they had in our entire athletic department, our entire university, and she donated along with the foundation. And I also want to thank Pat, the foundation, and also the anonymous donor who I don't know. Don't ask me who it is because I don't know, and I don't want to know. But I thank them for helping me continue to continue everything. And it seems like, it was 20 years, about 20 plus years ago, when we took a band of football players down to Arizona, where they were, if we all remember, I guess, the highlights. Yeah, I see a lot of people nodding their heads. They all got gray hair like me in here. But 20 years ago, we went down to Arizona. And Mike, I have to tell you, the only guy in the Thursday night meeting we were going down there, I'm thinking to myself, what the hell did we get ourselves into? And but those kids there, they believed. I could still see Pulowski sitting there, our offensive guard. He's as big as I am. He was as big as I, at 200 pounds. He's our starting guard. Terry Engel, Dr. Ashley. Now Mike is I think is an anesthesiologist or no, he's not the anesthesiologist, but he's up in Children's Hospital. I see little Greg Myers back there in the back of the room. He's a sophomore for us and playing. I'm thinking, man, did we get ourselves into trouble? We're playing the Desert Swarm. Those guys are going to kill us. But anyway, we went down there, and that was a big game for us. For somehow with great coaches, had a great coaching staff, and of course players. They found a way to win that game down there, and it kind of set the whole city. It set us all on fire. It taught us all something that we didn't know. But I remember calling back to Carol Joe from Tucson that night. We stayed down there in the Rockies. The Rockies just moved their spring. They just started their baseball in Tucson, and so we stayed in their hotel down there. And I saw the picture of Fum, Jerry McMorris, and all the guys who were in the locker room after that game. Kelly McGregor, man, it was something. And we got on that bus after to leave that stadium with the biggest victory we've ever had, and everybody was so happy. And Coach Delaney would always take care of curfew, and we're getting back. It's about 10 or 11 o'clock, and he gets on the bus. He goes from the offensive bus to, you guys got to be back in. You got 1 hour, midnight, because we're leaving here. We're getting up at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. We got to catch the plane, get back to Fort Collins. And so he got off my bus. I was sitting in the offensive bus, and I said, I'll see you guys at 8 in the morning for the bus. And so he went and told the other one. So anyway, they all showed up at 8 in the morning. I don't know what they did during the rest of the night, but there's a point in time we have to celebrate, and that was one. That was one. Also, I want to thank Dr. Frank. I know without your unwavering support, what you were there, and I can remember getting notes from Dr. Frank when I was a coach here. I went, man, that guy's he got more important things to do than write me a congratulatory note. But he would send those over occasionally to me, and I've never forgot that. And I know this honor, this recognition would not be possible without Dr. Frank and his administration and Joel, and I just can't thank you guys enough. I can't thank you enough. And Blanche, Tom, all of you have been a part of me since I've been here for 20 years. And I guess one other thing I'd say, I really feel, or felt, and I still feel that our coaching staff, great relationship with the faculty here. They were great. There was a mutual respect. We tried to do things the right way, where we are not always perfect, but we did things the right way, and I can still sense that wherever I go on campus. I have that, I can feel that people appreciate what we as a staff did here. Thank you for this. I can't thank you enough, Doctor, and I also want to thank Jay Menon back there, the dean, who kind of felt sorry for me when I got fired and said it was going to be a soft landing. So he gave me an office over in the business school, and I still look out the window at the football field. But I've learned a few things, and I appreciate everything he has done for me, and that. And again, cherished relationships with all. I see Christine, all the coaches. We always try to work in with all of the coaches and the staff. I got to tell you a quick one, Coach Bo. I don't know if you know this, and not many people know this, but I see Doug Max, who's been here for 25 years. But we were starting to win a couple of games. We probably had 2 or 3 seasons of winning. I'm going to get out of here quickly. Of winning seasons, and we always, we go on the road and we go play Arizona State or in Nebraska or wherever we'd play. And, man, the most fun about that darn thing was just getting on the bus and going to the stadium just before the game, 2 hours prior to the game time. And they'd have all the police cars, and they'd give us a police escort to the stadium. You get fired. The kids are all excited. We're sitting in there, see these motorcycles are weaving in and out of cars and stopping freeways. And, geez, we must be important. Here comes 2 big CSU buses coming through. So I got, getting pretty confident myself. I come back. I say, Doug, can we get an escort to the stadium? You think it was a big deal? Oh, I don't know if we can ever do that. But he did get a highway patrolman, and you have to picture this in your mind. It's probably a September game because it was a beautiful 1 o'clock in the afternoon game. And as coaches, we want everything to be perfect. Every minute has to be perfect. When we get through with our talk, when we leave the meeting room, get on the bus, it takes us 14 minutes to get from the hotel to the stadium. We go in there, and everything is set to the minute. And anyway, we come out there to get on the buses, and there's the patrol car there. I hope he turns his siren on and gets us there. Well, anyway, he takes us out. This is on 2 50-foot or 50-passenger buses. We start down Prospect from the Hilton Hotel. He's going to take a shortcut. He takes a left turn down there somewhere. Where the hell is he going? And he pulls into a cul-de-sac. Hey. And we're getting ready for a game. We're all fired up. We pulled in, and we got stuck in the cul-de-sac. And people are out there. There's one one mother with her little children and the kids, and they're washing the cars. They're out there, what the hell, here's the buses, and the second bus comes in, he can't get out, we're stuck in the cul-de-sac, we got a game in about an hour and a half to go, and we can't get out. So Doug heard about that one. So I tell you to watch about that. But again, that's it. You couldn't make that story up. I didn't say it as well, but of course, recognition goes to the hard work, dedication of our players. Some reason they bought into everything. The coaches. I look at some of the coaches that have gone on to coach at different places. I know I have my son Mark here, who's been to a Super Bowl and won one. Brian Schneider. I remember coaching him. He was a player for us and a graduate assistant, hired him, and all the coaches that have, John Benton, guys that are all left here for better jobs. What I mean, that's their career path, not actually, because they all say the best time they ever had, and the best they ever had was here at Colorado State. They still say that was the best we've ever had. But I personally take satisfaction to see all those people who have gone on and done wonderful things on that. But last, I've said enough thing. If we wouldn't have done anything, and somebody told me a long time ago, good players make good coaches. And that is true. We had good players, and I really feel for the most part they conducted themselves really as student athletes and made us proud. And I'm just so pleased that I could have been a part. As Mike said, so glad to be their coach. Man, they taught me a lot more than I ever taught them, and I still think about that all the time. But in closing, I want to thank, as we all know, anybody who's been in coaching, anybody who's been in work. This couldn't have been done without the coaches and the players, our support staff, all the people who were behind us all the time. Just thank you so much. And lastly, I want to thank my family and go around here. They're all here. I have Stephanie, our newest member, and Mark here, Mark's new wife, Stephanie, and Mark's now coaching with the Broncos. I have Gerard and Michelle are here with their family, Emma and William, and everyone here, and Matthew, and then our oldest son. They got spring ball starting Monday, so he just went back yesterday, and then Carol Jo with all her dedication, whatever she's done, all the moves we've had to make. Could not have done it without the kids, the sacrifices. Michelle asked me one time when she was about a junior in high school, she asked me once, she said, "Dad, where shall I go? I wonder where I would go for my class reunion." I said, "Hell, pick any one of them. You got 4 or 5 schools you could go to." So that was the day. But I thank everybody and all you fans in here that have been a real major part of our lives. I could never thank you enough. And Tony, again, this never would have been happening without you. And Mike, wish you, Joe, the best. You guys are going to be great, and just keep doing what you're doing because everybody loves you, and just keep doing her, and that's it. But thank you very much.
So we're close to wrapping up the afternoon. I just want to underscore something that Sonny had touched on. That's leadership of our institution. I think Tony Frank and the team that he've assembled with Tom Milligan and Brad Anderson and Blanche, everyone has played a role in what's happening here in athletics, and so appreciate what contributions they're making and helping us really strive towards excellence. So very much appreciate that. Sonny and Carol Jo, thank you. Sonny and Carol Jo, thank you and your family for everything that you've done for CSU, and we're so excited to be able to celebrate this honor with you today. So thank you, everyone. Appreciate your time this afternoon.